thank you everybody for watching. My name is Matt Fox. I'm just finished up my junior year here at Arizona State University, and I'm going to be going into my senior year studying saxophone performance. This is a fun little quarantine summer project that I wanted to give myself. It's going to be called Break or Read with Matt Fox, and it's the goal of this is to be more of a fun interview, talk show kind of podcast video thing, just to help build up the saxophone community during these weird times. And I hope you enjoy, and thank you so much for watching if you're tuning in. Today we're going to be starting with one of my best friends from ASU and someone who's been there since my freshman year, Nathan Salazar. So, hi Nathan, how you doing?
Hey, Matt.
How's Texas treating you? How's the weather?
It's nice. It's nice to not be in the extreme heat over there.
Isn't it super humid though?
Yeah, but it's not over 100.
Yeah, that's nice. What's something that you find yourself doing, like outside of the saxophone or music world? Just what's something you find yourself doing during these strange times? Because I know I'm taking up cooking a lot more, cooking fresher foods, going on more walks. Like, what's something you find yourself doing?
I'm definitely getting a lot more serious into running. I run a lot in Arizona, but I've been running like 5-6 days a week now, and I'm planning for like a half marathon in September
Oh, wow. And where's that marathon going to be?
in Lansing.
Nice. So congratulations, by the way. It's so great that you're going to be starting, and you have the TA-ship at Michigan State University with Professor Joe Luloff. That's so exciting.
Yeah, definitely excited. Yeah.
Awesome. So I wanted to kind of do a brief background about yourself. Who are some of your past teachers, whether it be high school or your undergrad, and what are some of the people that influenced you?
Yeah, so when I started, and this is the norm in Texas band culture, as taking lessons as soon as I started, and I started studying with a man named Buddy Matei, who's a local player, and he's someone I respect a lot, and he saw something in me like the moment I started and pushed me a lot, which is great. And I studied with him for 4 years until I started taking lessons with saxophone professor from Southern Methodist University, Don Fabian, who's also the principal saxophonist in the Dallas Wind Symphony.
Oh, that's
And
great.
he really took my playing to the next level and introduced me into the doubling world, since he's a fantastic
Oh, wow.
doubler. He started me on clarinet and flute when I was in high school. And then I went on to and now finishing up my undergraduate with Chris Kreviston at ASU, who's been just an incredible mentor to me the past 4 years. And now next year I'll start my master's with Professor Joe Luloff, studying multiple woodwind performance.
Fantastic. Sad to see you go from ASU, but I'm really looking forward to see what you accomplish in your future. Would you mind telling us what your setup is, whether it be alto or soprano? Just what equipment do you use?
Yeah, so my alto setup, I play on a custom Z, and I have for the past 8 years, with a gold-plated E1 neck. You don't see that too often. Um, I have a S90 180 mouthpiece with a size 3.5 Vandor blue box reed and a solid silver Ishimori ligature.
Okay.
And then on soprano, I play on a EX with a S90 190 mouthpiece, 3.5 blue box Van Doren reed, and just the stock Yamaha ligature.
Awesome. So why did you choose ASU when you were deciding on a undergraduate degree?
Well, I didn't know about Dr. Kreviston until probably towards the end of my junior year, and I had heard about the Kelly Concerto Consortium, and I looked at the list of people on it. I'm like, who's this Chris Kreviston guy? And I look him up, and I found like his Volcom concert suite little highlight reel kind of thing, and I'm like, oh, that's Chris Kreviston. And then I, auditioned the next year, and I really loved it when I played for him at my audition, and he gave me an offer I couldn't refuse, and 4 years later, loved ASU.
Yeah, and you really can't beat the weather, especially while school's in session.
You can't beat that.
It's really nice.
Winter in Arizona.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I know a lot of us were in Tempe for NASA, and it's that all year round, minus the summer, which we don't talk about. But yeah, it's really nice to be in Tempe. What like the worst, most terrifying musical experience you've ever had during a performance?
I think you know what I'm gonna say, but my freshman year, playing on our very first area recital, I went up to do the Machinsky Sonata, and this was my first college performance for anything before any kind of band or chamber performance. And I go on there, and everything's going fine. It's going fine, and I get towards the last page, and like I don't see it. So at first I thought my pages were mixed up. So while I'm playing the second movement, I'm swiping pages off the stand and like freaking out. And then I realized that it's just not there. I left it in my folder. And so I had a nice improvisatory moment in that last page. But I finished it. Wasn't happy at the end, but I mean, if I think back, everything up until then, it actually sounded really good. But that was absolutely terrifying.
I've got a couple questions left for you. What are some of the best chamber music experiences you've had? What are some ensembles you've been in? What horn do you usually play, or do you enjoy playing the most? And what's your favorite saxophone quartet piece?
So my sophomore and junior year, I had the fortunate experience of being a part of the Seong saxophone quartet, and I was the alto chair with Dylan Hong, Patrick Fair, and Kristen Zelenak. And that was a really great group. We really clicked together. We really blended super well, and we had a successful run. We semifinalists for the NASA competition. We got second from the MTNA national competition and won the Coltman chamber competition last year.
Fantastic.
On top of that, we had a really great tour through Texas. We stopped at Midwestern State University, my alma mater, McKinney High School, Brookhaven College, and West Texas A&M University. So I've always ended up being the alto chair in quartets, but I love playing soprano saxophone also. So I've done some soprano saxophone playing at like summer things when I was at the Bard Music Center and at Great Plains playing soprano in our quartets. Some great band experiences. Playing in the CBDNA conference last year was a really great experience. Playing some of my favorite band stuff like Lincolnshire Posy, premiering John Mackey's Places You'll No Longer Go. And we also played the Stephen Bryant Automatic Earth. I wasn't on that piece, but it was amazing.
Yeah, I remember I was fortunate enough to be running the electronics table for that premiere. That was a lot of fun.
Of course, my favorite band concert. I was fortunate enough to play the John Mackey Soprano Saxophone Concerto with the ASU Wind Ensemble, which...
Yeah, that was a killer performance.
Thanks. And playing a concerto is a great experience, but playing with a band as good as the ASU Wind Ensemble is something I'll always remember. Yeah.
One thing that I really found interesting throughout your time here at ASU was your Barrett, the Honors College, your Thesis Project. You had to do a lot of work with Bach music. And, there's so many great arrangements. And I was wondering if you could just talk a little bit about that project and, what, maybe if you're going to work on it in the future, just, why'd you do it?
So as a part of the graduation requirements for Barrett, the Honors College, you have to do a big thesis project. So I decided that I wanted to do, I did my own arrangement of all three of the Bach violin partitas in their original or written keys. So I kind of gave a brief history on Bach's time in Cotton when he wrote them. Just a little bit about Baroque violin, its makeup and everything and its structure, basic Baroque performance practice, and then a style guide to each of the Baroque dances that he uses, along with just a little bit on just playing it on the saxophone, try to tackle some of the really challenging things about that. The reason I got into it, I was originally considering doing the Risa Dinant competition, and the Allemande from that second partita was on the required list. So I kind of went and did my own arrangement. That one was kind of an easy one to arrange. And then I got through listening to the whole piece, and just the chaconne from the second partita is just one of my favorite pieces just ever written, and I wanted to play it, and I thought, why not do all of the partitas? Because I can't find a collection of them all in their original keys.
Right.
So I wanted to do it. And that was a lot of work, just going through, arranging it, and I doing a ton of listening, mostly to stock Perlman's recordings,
Right.
just trying to figure out the best voicing for all the double stops or multiple stops and everything. Yeah, and I played the chaconne for most of this year on my recital and for
Yeah,
competitions.
it was an amazing piece, and your arrangement was really fantastic, and you delivered that performance every time you did it. It was really great to hear you play it this year.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely by far the hardest thing I've ever played in every aspect, musicality wise, endurance, technique. That's definitely something I plan on continuing to work on over the next few years. Memorize it, try to get a really great recording of it.
Well, Nathan, this has been a ton of fun, and I'm happy to start with you, a very close friend, on this series. I'm hopefully going to try and move on throughout the summer. Just a great way for people to learn about each other in the saxophone community, and I'm really looking forward to moving on, and it was great to have you on today. So, I would like you to take a reed of your choice and just break it in any way you so please. So please, would you mind?
All right. Here's the reed.
Tell us a little bit about the reed before. Oh no! It's okay. I should have prefaced with that, but that was just great to see. Can we see the finished product?
Yes. This is the 18th reed I opened last year. It was super hard. I hated it a lot. Now it's dead.
Well, it's a great way to end the show, and it was great to have you on. So best of luck, and stay safe out there in Texas.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. See you, man.
Tell us a little bit about the reed before.